Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. The week opens in Port Charles with high stakes and darker turns. The arraignment of Willow Corinthos begins with shock and deep consequences. Willow's mother, Nina Reeves, pleads guilty to falsifying her statement, a move that spares Nina but lands Willow in a devastating position. Nina's maneuvering casts Willow as the fall girl, and the judge denies bail. Willow is sentenced to prison without bail. The courtroom becomes the new battleground. Willow's freedom hangs in the balance, while Nina retains a shocking freedom. Willow's support network is scrambling, and the first whisper of betrayal echoes through Port Charles. At the same time, social and family dynamics sharpen into razor-like edges. At a welcome party hosted by Brooklyn Quartermaine for Ronnie Bard, tensions surface, particularly between Ronnie and the matriarch Tracy Quartermaine. Ronnie accuses Tracy of spiking her tea, the atmosphere turns toxic, and Lulu finds Tracy crashing on her couch. Meanwhile, Jordan realizes Portia's behavior hints at pregnancy. So we have two fronts this week: the legal collapse for Willow, and the fracturing family ties in the famed Quartermaine household. Back in the courtroom, Willow's lawyer is revealed. Alexis offers to represent Willow. The timing is critical. Willow's options are narrowing. Every legal move counts. Meanwhile, Drew Kane threatens legal action amid the chaos, and his intentions shift into view. He's not just a victim anymore. He's pivoting to someone wielding power. Willow's world is spinning. Distrust, betrayal, uncertainty. Her fate remains uncertain. She's under indictment, lost bail, and her allies are uncertain. For viewers, this is the most precarious Willow has been in years. On another track, the wheels of revenge turn with quiet menace. Carly strikes. Carly Corinthos visits Valentine Cassadine in Steinmauer in disguise. Her target, Jack Brennan. She plots with Valentine to get back at Brennan. This is not a casual vendetta. This is calculated. Carly has been holding her cards close, and now she is ready to act. Carly's motivations extend beyond mere emotion. She's navigating WSB intrigue, hidden betrayals, and long-standing personal wounds. For her, this week is less about immediate results and more about setting the trap. Meanwhile, the residents of Port Charles don't have a moment to breathe. The status quo fractures further. The Quartermaines are rocked by Ronnie's new claim to the mansion. Tracy is reeling, and the alliances among Brooklyn, Lois, and the clan twist further. Lois departs town after bittersweet reconciliation with Brooklyn, her exit stirring more unease. Port Charles is on edge. Every handshake, every whisper, every glance feels loaded. The physical spaces, the courtroom, the mansion, become metaphors for control, legacy, betrayal, and power. Let's walk through the week day by day, to keep the flow clear and the tension building. Willow and Nina stand in court. Nina pleads guilty. Willow is left exposed. Nina sidesteps the worst of consequences. Willow doesn't. Simultaneously, Brooklyn's party kicks off the Ronnie-Tracy war. Michael assures Dante he's innocent in Willow and Drew's mess. Carly keeps Brennan in the dark about Jocelyn's involvement with WSB. All roads converge on trust, or the lack thereof. Willow's panic? It's real. The ground has shifted under her feet. She thought Nina was an ally. She thought the danger was contained. She didn't see this coming. The message of Monday. The worst nightmares often start with someone else's confession. The war intensifies. Tracy and Ronnie's feud explodes. Ronnie says Tracy spiked her drink. Portia keeps silent about her pregnancy. Jordan presses. Kai and Curtis plot over Drew. Trina asks Jordan to back off Curtis. Lulu and Lucas debate who shot Drew, Willow or Michael. Meanwhile, Tracy ends up crashing at Lulu's couch, humiliated and vulnerable. The chain reaction is twofold: legal suits and emotional wounds. The quarter of Port Charles inhabited by Quinn, Quartermaines, and clans is unraveling. Ronnie's power move shakes the structure. Tracy's pride cracks. And Willow still marches toward the courtroom trap, without clear plan for escape. Carly visits Valentine in disguise to set her revenge in motion. Brennan updates Jocelyn. Nathan questions Brennan about Faison. Lois unloads to Sunny about her family, and leaves town. Tracy tries to convince Lulu she didn't drug Ronnie. Drew looms as new complications emerge. The key here, Carly's move is silent but seismic. She's aligning with Valentine, shifting the power balance. Meanwhile, Willow's legal nightmare grows. And the family exodus of Lois signals change. Nothing is stable anymore. Christina meets with Jacinda about Michael. Drew overhears and threatens both. Michael offers to pay Jacinda to fall in love with him. Alexis takes on Willow's case. Cody meets Ronnie. Drew shows up after hearing of Ronnie's animus toward Tracy. The wires cross: love, threats, bribery, legalese. This episode highlights the intersections of personal and legal warfare. Willow is in trouble. Carly is in motion. Others are pawns in bigger games. Drew exploits vulnerabilities. Michael tries manipulation. Alexis is the last hope for Willow. The clock is ticking. Nathan confides in Lulu about Maxie. Jason gives Spinelli advice about James as Nathan returns. Brooke Lynn and Lois reconcile before Lois leaves. Ronnie is on board to team with Drew, until Danny and Rocco reveal to Ronnie who Drew really is, changing the alliance at the last minute. The week ends on a cliff. Alliances shift, secrets tumble. Hope for Willow is uncertain. Revenge for Carly is set but far from resolution. The payoff will come next week, but the groundwork is laid this week. Her mother's confession leaves her exposed. She lacks bail. She's facing prison. Her credibility is in tatters. She's isolated. Her husband Michael is trying to distance. Drew is leveraging the chaos. Her friends don't know where to turn. Also, questions hang over the gun shooting of Drew. Was Willow really the shooter? Or is Michael involved? The competing theories swirl. Alexis taking her case gives a glimmer of hope, but the risk is enormous. Will Willow fight back? Will she accept, resign, or strike out? Will her mother ever help? The audience has to ask, is the justice system serving Willow or set to crush her? And here's the subtlety. The writers aren't just punishing Willow, they're using her downfall to shift the power grid of Port Charles. She becomes a symbol of fragility, of betrayal, of consequence. Carly moves quietly. She doesn't shout, she orchestrates. Her visit to Valentine in disguise is striking. It signals covert alliances and dark designs. Brennan is her target. But this isn't vendetta for the sake of chaos. She has a purpose. She has wounds. Carly's history in Port Charles is long. Betrayals, love, power, motherhood. And now her revenge arc aligns with Valentine's resources and angle. The larger context. Port Charles is shifting. Carly senses the power vacuum, the threats to her family, the vulnerabilities of her enemies. She's moving before they do. Her challenge: stay hidden until the payoff hits. The danger: a misstep could expose her. But for now, the intrigue is compelling. When you combine these storylines, you begin to see the architecture of the week. Power shifts, alliances fracture, justice and revenge both take center stage. The courtroom, the mansion, the party, the backroom, all become symbolic stages where characters play high-stakes games. Talking about the tone, this week is more than soap drama. It has legal thriller meets gothic family feud. Willow's fate has existential weight. The Quartermain War is vintage yet fresh. Carly's revenge draws on history, but tilts into new territory. The interplay of law, loyalty, betrayal, and strategy is sharp. Jordan realizes Portia may be pregnant, a side thread, but it influences alliances and loyalties. Kai and Curtis strategize over Drew, and Trina asks Jordan to stay away from Curtis. The younger generation is caught in the sweep. Brooke Lynn and Lois reconcile before Lois departs town. The emotional farewells underline instability. Drew finds a potential ally with Ronnie, until Danny and Rocco blow up that alliance at the last moment. That pivot injects momentum going forward. All these threads weave into the larger tapestry. The world of Port Charles is one of shifting sands, and the week of October 20th to 24th is a turning point. From a production/storytelling viewpoint, the writers clearly aimed to elevate tension. They placed Willow at the brink, and Carly on the cusp. They allowed smaller threads to escalate quietly so that when the major beats land, the audience feels the cumulative weight. The narrative pace is deliberate. Monday through Friday deliver sequential escalations, not just isolated moments. We're primed for next week payoffs. Next week promises even more. An announcement that shocks the Quartermaines, the fallout from Willow's case, and the opening moves of Carly's revenge deployed. The stage is set. The pieces are arranged. Now we await the impact. This week in General Hospital was not merely eventful. It was foundational. Willow's fate cast a long shadow over the week. Carly's revenge quietly gathered power. The Quartermaine and Corinthos realms both trembled. Smaller characters and arcs added texture. And the promise of even more dramatic upheaval next week looms large. Willow, betrayed, boxed in, facing prison without bail, her fate tied to her mother's confession and the broader gun mystery that continues to crack. Carly, plotting, aligning with Valentine, targeting Brennan, her revenge gear shifting into first. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.